Graduates, faculty, you may be seated. Good afternoon. My name is Dr. David Rule, and it's my honor and privilege to be the Senior Vice President and Provost of Bastyr University. This is the 8th annual Commencement for Bastyr University here in California. It's now my pleasure to introduce to you the Associate Vice President for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Dr. Erica Lorenzana Del Villar.
Good afternoon. We would like to intentionally begin this ceremony by acknowledging that the lands on which Bastyr University stands and on which we hold our commencement today are the traditional, ancestral, Again, we would like to intentionally begin our ceremony today by acknowledging that the lands on which Bastyr University stands and on which we hold our commencement today are the traditional, ancestral, and contemporary lands of indigenous peoples, particularly the Kumeyaay people in San Diego, California, whose spiritual connections to these lands forms the foundations of their ways of being. We recognize and esteem the values, vast knowledge, and collective wisdom of these nations from the past and present. We honor their resiliency as we recognize the history of oppression, racism, and extreme hardship that has and continues to affect their communities. We at Bastyr University endeavor to be stewards of the lands on which the institution stands, embrace indigenous ways of knowing through our programs and initiatives, and strive towards policies and practices that bring about justice and reconciliation. It is important to note that this land acknowledgement is only a first step in honoring the contributions of indigenous peoples today. So I invite you to take some time after this ceremony to learn more about the land on which you live, on which you work, and on which you play, and that we reflect on our engagement as we manifest these intentions as one Bastyr community. Thank you.
Representing the Bastyr University Board of Trustees, please welcome David Lang.
So I'd like to also recognize another trustee here, Dr. Debbie Costa, and President Devin Bird. So on behalf of the trustees, congratulations, welcome, and thank you to all of our magnificent graduates, friends, families, staff, faculty, and other students that have made this journey possible. At this time, I'd like to have all the friends and family to stand just so we can publicly recognize you for what you've done. So please rise and be acknowledged. Yes. All right, thank you.
I'm sure they're close enough they can look down and see the graduation. So I figured I'd wave. At each commencement ceremony, we invite a graduating student to read the Founder's Prayer, which was written by Dr. Bill Mitchell, one of the founders. Who better to understand the ongoing gift of the founders than the students who are the beneficiary of their vision? This year, the student chosen to represent all graduating students is Tara Miman.
Okay, this is the Founder's Prayer by Dr. Bill Mitchell. Thank you, loving Creator, for this joyous day and for the comfort, strength, and support we get from each other. Thank you, Bastyr. Bless it, inspire it, and engulf it in the urgent flame of the search for truth and integrity in the epistemology of natural medicine. Thank you for the gift of life, and thank you for the nourishment that energized this gift. Thank you for your great spirit that has motivated the people to be here today. Thank you for the opportunity that Bastyr University provides as a forum for us to serve your people, and especially those whose lives have fallen on hard times of suffering and disease. Remind us to be humble for humility in the womb of compassion. Open your eyes and our hearts to see and appreciate the vast potential of those around us. Grant us grace to nurture and encourage each other. And more than anything else in the troubled world, remind us that love is the strongest healer and the reason for life itself.
It's now my great honor to introduce to you the president of Bastyr University, Dr. Devin Berg.
Hello. I'd like to extend a welcome to our graduating students, trustees, administration, faculty, staff, family members, friends, and guests. Today is the moment we honor and celebrate our graduates who have dedicated numerous hours listening, taking notes, studying, and practicing to reach this very point. Graduates, you are the reason why we are here, to highlight your hard work and to celebrate your accomplishments at this point of your pathway. In life, we are presented with key opportunities to be a part of what is happening around us. In these moments, you can 1, choose not to engage and risk losing ground. 2, make the decision to engage just enough to be minimally involved. 3, choose to engage in such a way that you make a difference. In these moments, the decisions you make are critical as they can impact the course of your life in very definable ways. I ask you today, what choice are you most comfortable with making? The first area, choosing not to engage, while taking the risk of losing ground, could possibly be the easiest and least risky decision. Or could it? Some choose not to engage because they fear failure. What happens when you make a conscious decision to not engage or not get involved? You run the risk of not being a part of the process, of not improving the current situation, or missing an opportunity to positively impact your life. You potentially and are likely to miss an opportunity to achieve success. If you consider what you've learned while at Bastyr, choosing not to engage your clients, your patients, or a new entrepreneurial venture also has the potential to impact others' lives, given that you will not be able to receive the benefit, they will not be able to receive the benefit of your expertise you've worked so hard to obtain. The second area, making a decision to engage just enough to be minimally involved, is just a step beyond choosing not to engage. If you move into this area of operating, it means that you're interacting with others in such a way that allows you to feel as though you are not sitting still, and to also feel as though you've made somewhat of a decision. If you're operating in this area, whether by choice or circumstance, the questions I ask you today include: 1, are you really making a difference in the life of yourself or in the life of others if you choose the pathway of minimal involvement? 2, are you challenging yourself? 3, are you allowing yourself an opportunity to grow and move into a new space you've never encountered before? And 4, Are you disrupting your normal state of operating? And finally, 5, are you disrupting that which has become so comfortable for you and familiar in such a way that you then become uncomfortable? There are many of us who would rather not take that challenge of disrupting our own lives and taking a chance of becoming involved to the extent that we move into unfamiliar territory. Is this the pathway you want to take in life? The third area is choosing to engage in such a way that you make a difference. Given that you're at this point in your career, I think it's safe to assume that this is the space each and every one of you have chosen. Are you choosing to operate, live, and thrive in so doing? Your decision to enroll at Bastyr is in fact evidence of the fact that you are someone who has made a decision that it is much better to be uncomfortable by putting yourself into a situation where you're challenging yourself by doing things you've never done before, so you can reach an area and place in life where you've never ever been. You are someone who is in a position of not only having been uncomfortable, but someone who is in a position to know that you're able to achieve your goals, even though you may not have realized your capabilities to do so when you first began your program. It is so important and critical to understand that being uncomfortable, being in a state where you've never experienced a level of uncertainty or lack of knowledge, doesn't mean that you don't have the capabilities to achieve your new task and your new goals. It is an indication, however, that you're in a growth process and that you must move forward daily and also with purpose. Being in a state of what some call disruption or discomfort can be an indication that you're reaching new heights, as long as you have a vision for where you're going. You need a plan, you need a roadmap, and you need to evaluate your progress in an ongoing manner. Remaining in touch with your goals is what I ask you to do. And in fact, I challenge you today to write down your top 3 goals. Place them in a location where you will see them regularly and ask yourself, have you taken the necessary steps that will allow you to progress toward achieving these very goals? Now is the time for you to understand that you need to advance yourself in this area. And if you're not operating here, it is now time for you to move into this new phase. Congratulations on having made this decision, and also congratulations on being in a position of responsibility. You're now responsible for engaging in the next steps where others, including patients, clients, and the broader community, will be able to benefit from your skills and knowledge gained thus far. Congratulations on making the commitment to also being responsible to yourself. Take the time to ensure you're taking care of what allows you to live, engage, and thrive. Ensure that you're moving intentionally into what you most deserve. I have a few quotes I'd like to share to highlight the need to become engaged in life. The first one is, there are risks and costs to action, but they are far less than the long-range risk of comfortable inaction. John F. Kennedy. The path to success is to take massive, determined actions. Tony Robbins. Number 3, well done is better than well said. Benjamin Franklin. Number 4, you will either enter into growth or you will step back into safety. Abraham Maslow. And number 5, your beliefs can become your thoughts. Your thoughts do become your words. Your words become your actions. Your actions become your habits. Your habits become your values. And your values become your destiny. Gandhi. Graduates, your time to engage is now. You have a responsibility that's been placed upon you to engage in your personal and professional life and to stay engaged in your professional and personal lives. Every patient, client, colleague, supervisor, and supervisee deserve the very best from you. Each and every day, every shift, every project, every question, and also every inquiry. Your family and friends also deserve a level of commitment and gratitude for the sacrifices and also the support they provided to you during your educational journey, and will also continue to give to you as they support you on your ongoing quest to fulfill your dreams. In closing, I encourage you to be the difference that allows others to achieve their goals. Be a change agent. Be the standard and benchmark that others seek to emulate. And perhaps most of all, be engaged. I wish you well as you move into the next phase of your career and personal lives. Congratulations and thank you. At this point, I am excited to introduce our principal speaker. Dr. Carrie Louise Donnell is a naturopathic doctor, Bastyr University class of 1998, and an MBA. Celebrating over 25 years of volunteer servant leadership, Dr. Donnell is also an author and frequent radio and TV guest. As an internationally celebrated continuing medical educator, she was invited to present her original work on healing the aging metabolism at the Swiss International Congress on Anti-Aging Medicine and Surgery in Geneva. Dr. Donnell served the university on the Board of Trustees from 2012 to 2018 and has maintained close association with her alma mater. Please join me in welcoming her.
Thank you so much for letting me share this day with you. I could just cry. We were here, David, when this university launched its campus in San Diego. Oh my gosh, look what you've done. So I'm so excited to be here. To the faculty and the staff who are everywhere, to the administration, and to the trustees, you've done it again. You've ushered another class of healers into the human community. As a member of that human community, I just want to personally thank you. You are one of the unsung heroes here that cross the T's and dot the I's and make sure that the academic rigor is in place and make sure that these graduates here had the opportunity to be all they could be in natural medicine. I see you. I know who you are, a lot of you personally, but I know you even better by your product. These people here graduating today. That's a personal mark of excellence. Also, I'd like to acknowledge that in this really important place of transition and evolution, I know that you have the creative and innovative spirits. I know you have the follow through, and I know you have the heart of collaborators. And I cannot wait to see what you will do for the future of naturopathic, natural medicine, and nutritional education. I want you to know that I believe in you, and I can't wait. To the parents and the partners and the family and friends, you're the other unsung heroes here today. You know, they say it takes a village, and my gosh, it does. I've walked this path that they've walked. There's the rigor and the incredible pace. There are all the global challenges that this particular class endured while having every reason not to cross this line today, and yet they do. But they had you for all the personal things as well. And without that, some of them wouldn't be here today. So I see you too. I had my own village, and because of them, I got to live my dream to make the differences I want to make, and I'm still making. And finally, to the graduates. Congratulations. Oh my gosh. Like I said, the academic rigor and the unthinkable pace that sometimes seem completely unsustainable and yet went on for years against all odds. All of the personal things that your family and friends and colleagues know about, and some of those deeply personal challenges you got over that nobody knows about. You had every excuse not to cross this line today, and yet here you are. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so excited to welcome you as your colleague. Thank you for joining us. We need you. I can't wait to see what you're going to do. with your innovation and your heart and your brains and your good spirit to make this place a better place for all the humans out there in the community. I've been at this for 25 years. This month marks my 25th anniversary of taking my degree from the world's most prestigious institution for natural medicine education. And I've made a few observations. I'm going to share those with you today just in case you can use them. One of them is, and I feel like I'm getting away with something by saying this is the best thing ever. I still get excited to get up and go to work every day. I'm 25 years in it, and I love it. I love it more now than I've ever loved it. It just keeps getting better and better. I want to tell you, if you haven't already experienced this in the clinics where you learn, you're going to experience it not once but over and over again when you practice with your clients and patients. There is no greater professional high, there is no greater professional joy than when that patient or that client comes to you that's failed Mayo, Canyon Ranch, Cleveland Clinic, and the famous doctors that wrote the books on each coast, and the two of you sit down and you get on healing them all the way, completely restoring their health, not mitigating their suffering, mind you, but getting their life back on a silver platter against all odds, so that they can express their gifts and be free to live the way they want to live, just like we do. There is nothing better than that, and I'll tell you what, that happens to you just once and you won't be able to get enough of this. It's so good. So if you haven't experienced yet, look forward to it. It's going to happen over and over again. And while we're on that topic of loving this, you know, when I graduated, I noticed some of the colleagues that I really respected out there that had been at this for a while, they were getting burned out. And I thought, what a crime against nature it would be to burn out on my raison d'être, my reason for living as a professional. I will not have it. It is not happening on my watch. And so what I did was, I decided to pace myself. Now, there are people here that know me that would say, now, what exactly do you mean by pace yourself? Because we know that you're a workaholic at heart, and that's true. But what I did was, I recognized the sanctity of the relationship that I have with the people that I work one-on-one with, and that they deserve, and I deserve, to give 150% of everything that I am when I work with them. That's how we get those miracles, which are really just the science of natural medicine. That's how it becomes fun and stays fun. That's why I'm still excited to go to work every day. And I thought burning out on that would be awful. And so what I did was, and we all have our sweet spot, and hint, spoiler alert, it's not 40 hours a week. There are a number of hours a week that I can give to every person 150%. And even though I was so excited to go to work with them every day, I cut it off there. Now, mind you, I didn't sit down and hold the couch down, as some of these people know. I engaged in writing, or speaking, or product formulation, or volunteer servant leadership. I still did work that had meaning for me professionally, but I made sure that when I showed up with those people that entrusted me with their whole being, which is what they do in this case, I showed up 150%, and that's the secret to why I'm 25 years in and I'm not burnt out. So pace yourself. And then finally, this is the last observation I have for you, and I think it's the most important. Right now, today, as you cross this line and take your piece of paper, you are enough. Right now. You have more in your little pinky by the way of knowledge and know-how to make a meaningful and miraculous difference in the health of another human being, and another, right this minute. Good, let that sink in for a moment, because I mean it. You know, there are people out there that know more than you do, and you're going to know more than you know right now in 5, 10, 20 years. But right now, you know more, and you have more to work with to make a good difference than 99.99% of the other people on this planet will ever have in their entire body. Do not hold back your gifts. Get out there and shine. Roll up your sleeves and let's do this thing. And I can't wait to see what you will do. Thank you for letting me share this day with you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Carrie Louise. Each year, graduating students select a peer to speak for them. Today, representing the master's degree graduates is Crystal Avelado.
Hello. Good afternoon. I want to start off by saying thank you. Thank you to all the families, friends, faculty, staff, administration, for supporting us throughout this very challenging but highly rewarding times. To the graduating class of 2023, oh my goodness. I invite us to pause and move into a moment of reflection. Today is the culmination of our graduate school journey. All the memories we have created and shared in the classroom, at our practicum sites, through hangouts outside the classroom, or the quizzes, tests, practicum sites, headaches, will all pay off tonight. I'm sure we know starting a graduate program during COVID was not an easy thing to do, especially when dealing with uncertainty about what is going on in the world. Despite all of that, despite the unknown, we all need one thing to be true: our deep passion and desire to help people. I commend every one of us who are graduating today, which includes Masters of Counseling, Masters of Science Nutrition for Wellness, Masters of Science Nutrition for Wellness and Coaching, and the ND programs, for persevering through the hardships that come in territory, for pursuing higher education degree. So with that being said, congratulations to us all graduating grad school during a global pandemic. Tell me that's not wild. I feel privileged to have had some... I feel privileged to have had so many great professors who've been incredibly understanding, supportive, and just have overall helped us expand our mind by imparting us the knowledge and wisdom we need to conquer challenges lie ahead. A little special shout out to Dr. Piper and Dr. Shuttleworth, who has been there with us since the start, for always being there for us. Furthermore, I want to share my gratitude for my small but mighty cohort. Shout out to Shanice, Phoebe, McKenna, Linda, and our dual trackers, Kristen and Atana. Also, a little shout out to Crystal, who's not graduating with us until next year, but she's got it. I've learned so much from every single one of you guys, and have loved seeing our growth throughout these past 2 years. Thank you for creating a space where we can all share experiences and have each other's backs. Oh my goodness. We have been gifted with the knowledge to succeed in school, the humility to accept our faults and weaknesses, the perseverance to work hard against all odds, the strength to overcome life's obstacles. Like Uncle Ben said in Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. And I believe we bear the great responsibility to ensure that we have learned to make a lasting, positive impact on the world around us through empathy and compassion. As a Latina, I would be remiss if I did not give a shout out to other graduates here who belong to a minority group. We stand as a beacon of hope for future generation. Our graduation here today shows that many things are possible and that no dream is too big to achieve. A mi gente querida, si pueden, si se proponen, mira que si se puede. To my people who doubt if they can, if you put your mind to it, you can. Finally, to all my Bastyr family, this day marks the definite end of one chapter and the beginning of another. We're graduating, moving on, and times of us, our opportunities are coming. Although it pains me to have to say goodbye to the people I've seen, spoken to, and sat in this past 2 years, it is time for us to move on. The journey that lies ahead. The journey that lies ahead is unknown, but as we enter the road, we are older, wiser, and stronger, ready to face whatever life has in store for us. Even in times of adversity, it is solely up to you to turn things around and prove that you will succeed. If you choose to, you can make every moment your best, and most of us have just done that. For others, your best moments are still to come. Whatever the moment may be, I have no doubt that we will all move on to achieve great things in the future. It does not matter what your plans are or what you consider to be great things, but just remember that you can. Thank you.
Thank you, Crystal. Are you ready? No, you don't look ready. Are you ready? Will the candidates for the master's degree please rise? Oh no, you can make more noise than that. I want the next plane to hear you. You're so loud. Again. That's better. President Byrd, those who stand before you have pursued a course of study toward the Masters of Arts or the Masters of Science degree. Upon the completion of their study, the faculty recommends and the registrar confirms that they are eligible to have the degree conferred upon them.
Hi there, I'm Dr. Kathy Fritsch, the Associate Vice President for the San Diego campus, and it is my pleasure to read the names of the students receiving master's degrees this afternoon. Dr. Sylvie Shuttleworth will hood the graduates receiving a Master of Arts degree in Counseling Psychology, as she is the chair for the Department of Counseling and Health Psychology. And Dr. Jennifer accompanied by Dr. Jennifer Pfeiffer, and President Byrd will be handing the graduates their folders. Crystal Marie Alvarado. Shanice Shantae Applewade. Phoebe Mary Misios. McKenna Jade Stones. Linda Ann Whitney.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Poonam Koragala, and I'm so honored to have been what feels like ages ago. And since you all know I like my countdowns, the first day was 1,377 days ago. To be exact, but who's counting? Over these past couple of weeks, as we've come to the end of this long, arduous, but rewarding journey, I've been reflecting quite a bit on why I chose this school, this program, and more importantly, this path in life. The reason why we chose this path of naturopathic medicine is something that is so personal to each and every one of us. In some way, we have either been directly or indirectly impacted by health problems and felt discouraged or hopeless with the medical system. For me personally, having had some health problems myself and seeing some loved ones dismissed by the conventional medical model, I knew there had to be a way where the mind, body, and spirit were taken into account when trying to address an individual's health. This is why I absolutely love our naturopathic principles and how, when helping patients, we always lead with these foundations. For those of you who are not familiar, management, empowerment, and solutions. When I was deciding on which medical school I wanted to attend, I of course did my research and spoke with several doctors and students at the time. What caught my interest is how many of them mentioned that Bastyr University was a school that fostered a community of support and encouragement. So being able to stand on this stage in front of my medical school community and graduate from the most prestigious naturopathic medical school in the United States is truly a full circle moment. Now, medical school on its own is quite a big adjustment that first year. Nothing could have prepared us for the journey that we were about to embark on. Many of us were in a new city, getting adjusted to a new group of colleagues, and I'll just wait out the bells.
Jaspal Singh Danjo. Clea Doko. Nicole Cross. Bridget Ray Lehman. Sarah Limage. So as you take this oath, I want you to be thinking about all of the patients that you're going to serve, the profession that you're going into, which, as we mentioned, is small but mighty. So I want to hear your full voice. Please stand up. And for any other naturopathic doctors in the audience, I invite you to also join our graduates and reaffirm your oath. An example, encourage others to strengthen their health, reduce risk for disease, and preserve the health of our planet for ourselves and future generations. I will continually endeavor to improve my abilities. I will conduct my life and practice of naturopathic medicine with integrity and freedom from prejudice. I will keep confidential what should not be divulged. I will honor the principles of naturopathic medicine. First, to do no harm. To cooperate with the healing power, address the fundamental causes of disease. With my whole heart, before these witnesses,
by virtue of the authority I hereby confer upon you the doctoral degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining. Guests, I'm proud to present the 2023 doctoral class of Bastyr University.